Hello everyone, myself Pranavi Mhatre, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Telecommunication, SIS Graduate School of Technology. Today I'll be discussing different biasing circuits of BJT. Different biasing circuits of BJT are: first biasing circuit is fixed bias circuit, Second is fixed bias circuit with emitter resistor. Third is collector to base bias circuit. And last and very important parameter of circuit is voltage divider circuit. In which today we are going to discuss in this class about the fixed bias circuit. So for the fixed bias circuit, why basically we are studying these different circuits is because of we want stability. Stability of Q point. Q point must be at the center of DC load line only. So to get this particular stability, we are connecting resistor in a different fashion, different manner, and the way we connect the resistor, that circuit we are calling it as. For example, the first circuit, which is topic of discussion for today, is fixed bias circuit. So first of all, my transistor, which has three terminals: base, collector and emitter. So when I'm saying it is a fixed bias circuit, I'm connecting fixed bias like this, VCC. This is RC, RB. And my emitter terminal is connected to ground. The current through RB, I am calling it as IB, and current through the collector terminal is IC. Here my internal voltages is VBE and over here it is VCE. So this is what my fixed bias circuit is. So when I have designed this circuit or when I am studying this circuit, my point of discussion or my focus should be, my Q point should be stable. My Q point should be stable. And second parameter which I am interested in, stability factor. Now, stability factor is given by 1 plus beta upon 1 minus beta into dou IB by dou IC, which indicates the change. We don't want change in the Q point, and that's the reason my stability factor should be as low as possible, but my stability should be high. So what is the conclusion why I am studying this different circuit is, first conclusion is I want Q point to be stable. I want stability factor to be as low as possible and Q point should be stable. So we'll begin with the analysis. Whenever we are doing the analysis of all those four circuits, we have to remember or we have to follow some rules or steps. First step is always draw DC equivalent circuit. Always draw DC equivalent circuit of a given circuit. After this, always apply input loop first. In general, we are considering for NPN transistor that loop as a base emitter loop. From input loop, always find out what is the value of IB and make sure unit of IB are in microamps. After IB, find out IC, which is equal to beta IB. Make sure this you get in milliamps. Apply output loop, which is between collector and emitter. From this, find out VCE, voltage VCE, that should be in volt. After getting this, draw a DC load line, that is Q point analysis, and 8 point is find out what is stability factor for that particular circuit. So keeping this all the points into consideration, first of all, the circuit for the analysis, I'll draw my BJT. Emitter is connected to ground. Collector, which is connected to RC. Base, which is connected to RB. Over here, I am having VCC. Capacitor, output capacitor C2. V0 is AC output signal. C1. And this is AC input signal. So my first point for the consideration is draw a DC equivalent circuit. Draw DC equivalent circuit means all the capacitors I have to draw as open. Capacitor acts as open for your DC analysis. So for that, I'll draw my first of all DC equivalent circuit of the given fixed bias circuit. So my DC equivalent circuit in short is equal to like this. Always draw transistor first when you are starting with the analysis. Whether it is AC or DC, always you should draw a transistor first, and that transistor should be in a single line. RC, RB. Mark all the voltages and current. This is IB. This is VBE. This is VCE. And over here current is IC. My first step is over. Second step says, so this is DC equivalent circuit. My first step is over. Second step says input loop. Input loop should be applied between base emitter, or I can say forward loop also, which is applied between the base and emitter. The reason is, when you study this transistor as an NPN transistor, this is N, P and N, you know this, normally this is my base, this is emitter and this is collector. This we have considered as a forward bias junction. When this is a forward bias junction, what is my current through this forward bias junction? That we are going to calculate as my IB. So this I am saying as a normal diode, on when I am studying this as a base emitter analysis. Here you can see I am having only P and N. When I am saying only P and N, that means it's a junction for me, it's a diode for me. And you know diode cut-in voltage is 0.7 for silicon and 0.3 for germanium. So when the by default transistor we are considering as silicon transistor, so or a diode as a silicon diode, so my by default my junction cut-in voltage is nothing but 0.7. That means my VBE is equal to 0.7 by default, unless specified, unless mentioned in the paper or in the question. So now I'll begin with the base emitter loop. For that, I'll draw base emitter part only, where emitter is connected to ground. My base is connected RB and it is connected to VCC. Current through this is IB And current over here, we know it is IE, but right now no resistance, so I'm not going to consider this. And over here, my voltage is present, which is VBE. This is actually my base emitter loop, or this is the circuit which I'm supposed to consider for the input loop. So this part is my input loop ke liye whatever I consider, that is what my circuit is. Now here, I'll just elaborate this part. This VCC, I can draw as, this is RB, and this VCC, positive VCC minus, positive, negative is connected to ground. So when I'm saying I want to apply the input loop, always make sure you will start from one ground point and you will end into another ground point. Then my circuit is closed and or my loop is completed. So I'm starting from one ground point, I'm ending into the another ground point over here. So my loop is, this is VCC. So my loop is, I'll start from here. I'll take the second polarity, that is plus VCC minus IBRB minus VBE. Here nothing is present, so that is equal to 0. I'll repeat again. It is plus VCC minus IBRB minus VBE is equal to 0. So your loop is VCC minus IBRB minus VBE, which is equal to 0. From this, from the input loop, what parameter we supposed to calculate is IB. So your second point is done, and third point we are going to solve now. So IB, that is VCC minus VBE, which is equal to IBRB. So my IB comes out to be VCC minus VBE upon RB, and answer should be in microamps. So this is what my IB is. So here I end with the input loop. I have calculated IB and answer should be always in microamps. For that purpose, always remember, put this RB value in K, in kilo ohms. Take as it is so that your IB will directly come in microamps. Now we are finished with the third step. I'm starting with the fourth step. Fourth step, directly formula is given, that is IC is equal to beta IB. Beta value is generally mentioned in the question. IB you have just calculated over here. Substitute those values, you will get IC. Fifth point is output loop, and that should be applied between collector and emitter. So for output loop, I'll draw the circuit separately. For output loop, my output terminal, or I'll consider collector emitter loop. So this part will come. VCC, which is connected to RC, minus VCE, and then ground. So I'll draw that loop separately. I'll draw that loop separately. Emitter, which is connected to ground, RC. Now I'm directly drawing over here. RC is connected to plus VCC, means it is in this fashion, connected to ground. So now this is VCC. Current over here is IC. Over here it is plus minus VCE, and then ground. So my loop is start from one ground point, end into another ground point. So my loop is getting completed. I'll apply the loop. VCC minus ICRC minus VCE is equal to 0. So my loop is VCC minus ICRC minus VCE is equal to 0. From the output loop, just make sure we are supposed to calculate VCE. So we are going to calculate now this VCE. So my VCE will be equal to VCC minus ICRC. It should be in volt. After fifth point, your 6 point says VCE calculation, and 7 point says DC load line. So now I am starting with the DC load line. DC load line. DC load line plotted on the output characteristics of the transistor, where you are having VCE on one axis and IC on another axis. For this, you are going to consider VCE is equal to VCC minus ICRC expression. In this expression, you will put once VCE is equal to 0 and you will put IC is equal to 0. So when VCE is equal to 0, my IC is equal to VCC by RC, 1 point on my load line, and IC is equal to 0, my VCE is equal to VCC. So I am getting this load line, and load line points are VCC upon RC and VCE, which is equal to your VCC. This is 0. So this line, which is plotted on the output characteristics, is known as DC load line. Now DC load line parameter is also over, and last part is a stability factor. Stability factor. So now stability factor is defined as 1 plus beta upon 1 minus beta into dou IB by dou IC. When we want this IB, that means stability factor, I need to use input loop. So input loop expression here we have derived as basic expression you have to take, that is VCC minus IBRB minus VBE is equal to 0. So your stability factor, you are going to use input expression, which is VCC minus IBRB minus VBE is equal to 0. So in this, you will differentiate this expression, that first of all find out IB. IB is equal to VCC minus VBE upon RB, that I can write down as VCC upon RB minus VBE upon RB. See now here, I want to find out derivative of IB with respect to IC. That means I need to take derivative of this expression with respect to IC. VCC upon RB minus VBE upon RB. So VCC is a constant, VBE is a constant value, RB value is also constant value, not changing with respect to temperature or not changing with respect to your IC. So your entire derivation part comes out to be 0. So stability factor, this expression, this bracket is getting 0 value. So your expression for stability factor of fixed bias circuit, which is 1 plus beta upon 1 minus beta dou IB by dou IC, which is equal to 1 plus beta upon 1 minus beta into 0, which is equal to 1 plus beta. So this is your fixed bias circuit stability factor. So I'll just quickly write down all the points as a revision. So my input loop between base and emitter. From input loop, you will calculate IB. Expression for IB in this fixed bias circuit is VCC upon VBE upon RB. VCC minus VBE upon RB should be in microamps. IC, which is equal to beta IB. Then you will apply the output loop between collector and emitter. From this, you will calculate VCE, which is equal to VCC minus ICRC in this particular fixed bias circuit. From the, once your output loop is done, then you will calculate DC load line and Q point. DC load line find out करने के लिए put once VC is equal to 0 and put once IC is equal to 0 in this above expression. Calculate the endpoints and draw the line. And last is stability factor, which is equal to 1 plus beta for fixed bias circuit. In the next video, I'll be discussing about fixed bias circuit with the emitter resistor. So thank you all of you.